Nu är vi i sändning. Okej. Isadora, skulle du kunna ha Google-locket öppen där och lite skriva anteckningar? För jag kan inte göra det på min dator i med.
Ja, om någon skickar länken på Facebook, för jag kan ta upp min mail.
Here's the editable one. Så, Facebook. Undrar om vi får något. There we go.
Jag fick svar från Christian.
Isa. Den. Fick du den?
Ja.
Jag lärde mig ett litet trick häromdagen bara att should we do this in English in case someone watches this afterwards or now? So I learned a little trick this week and that was that when you have a meeting, you should not start with going through the minutes from last time, because then you get stuck in the old stuff instead of starting with the kind of new and interesting and opening your mind stuff. So I put that last, then going through the old action points, and instead we have the what's number one? Did you get?
Number one is attendance.
Okay, that's
project overview.
Okay. Project overview?
Go through what's on the Borderland side.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Isadora, so it's really hard to hear Isadora.
Okay, I'll speak up.
And I'll move the computer a bit closer.
Yeah.
I'm just going to check that we are still looking good. We're looking good. Okay. So there are now what? 8, 12, 15 things on the Dream site. I'm super excited about the port. I'm so happy that someone picked up on the when I posted that there wouldn't be a border this year, and that what's his name, Nigel, have initiated this project. And Matthias, you should tell us about the poop art.
Yeah, that's a really great one.
It sounds really popular.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's about. I mean, yeah, I think there is a lot of power in it. We will unleash the demons. Hi, Christian.
Yeah, unleash the demons. Hey, Christian. Yeah, we're just Matthias was just talking about the poop art project.
So far, I have two more permanent toilets that will be built so far. But I mean, I have a few other people that also have said that they will build art as toilets. So my plan is actually I invite people to be responsible for one toilet and build a permanent toilet that can stay on the location. And the system is, I guess, so far I'm doing research on it, but it's similar to the system that we had in Hide. These barrels, black barrels that a local take care of. So that's the plan. And my plan is to have in total 10 toilets. So probably it will be a combination of arty toilets and porta potties in the end. But that's the plan, and yeah.
Yeah. Would you? Did you see my message in the mail about the seats, toilet seats?
No.
I'm having a meeting this week with a guy about something else, but he's one of the owners of a company that makes toilet seats. That's like a pretty big toilet seat company here close to Aarhus, and I know him very well, and I could probably squeeze some seats out of him.
All right, cool.
If you would like that, of course I have to explain that there's no logos and there's no publicity, or like his name won't be shown or anything, but I think just as a personal thing, he would think it would be interesting to support this because he's like interested in these things. So if you want, I can ask him about that, and maybe I can bring some seats.
Yeah, I mean,
if he has some.
It's great if you, look into the opportunity to have it.
Because they can maybe they have some that's out of they don't sell them anymore. They're old, but they're still new. You know, they're like the design is old, but the seats are new. It's good to bring.
Yeah,
There is a disco ball. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they do like that. They made a disco ball seat for Madonna when she was here in Denmark, especially for her. She brought it with her home.
Awesome.
Nice.
Hey, that sounds great. I'm happy that we're actually going from being a fringe movement and going into popular culture.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Isadora,
Hey!
you've been shitting in the water.
Yes, I know.
You've been sitting with your ass out of the railings, or what? Did you have toilets in the boat? Are you alive?
I'm alive. I'm kicking. I'm
Good.
back and want to do Borderland. No, and but I can't edit this document.
You can't edit the document?
No, it's the document, so I need the one with.
But I did send the right one. Maybe you have to log in. You have to be logged in. You don't have to be logged in.
I can't write
Then I'll log in for you.
And Christian, I also would like to have the details to Michael, because I guess that's the guy who have more information about the toilet service they use for the other permanent toilet.
The Danish, the Michael at Bosdal.
Yeah.
Didn't I hook you up with him on mail?
Yeah. Good.
Didn't I? You're Gulbrandsen, right?
Oh, God, sorry. I have had a few problems with my email box, and I got it right now. I have it here. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can just take it from there. I just introduced you, and you can just take it from there and explain him what's going on. A month ago, I told him on the phone that we might want to build some toilets that would stay there afterwards.
Yeah.
And he thought that was a great idea at that time. And we've talked about maybe even, I don't know, if we do it, maybe some guys from Bosdal can come and help. You know, I'm sure there are carpenters and stuff around down there. Like, you know, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. So yeah, perfect. I have all the info that I need. So take it forward. We just started a conversation I saw in the group, and now someone have posted a dream about it. I'm not sure who did. Astrid did, about building a stage, which I think is, and I saw Andreas was involved and Ian was involved.
because I think that's an excellent idea to have a stage in the pyramid, and I think that can take. You know, if there's just a sound system, there is a risk of the sound system going 24/7 and it just being there. While if we open up for it becoming easier to do live performances and to do other types of things, then it will be, it's easier to say, hey, let's do this, instead of say, hey, let's turn the music off. So kind of opening up that kind of, having a platform for things to happening, I think would be great in that space. Anything else you're excited about?
Looks like there are going to be a lot of saunas. Like Max is doing a Native American sauna, and Zach has his sauna, and then there's the mermaid sauna, and
There are three, but they're in a sauna group together.
yeah, and they're liaising a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but I think the Native American one is going to be different.
And there will be another sauna applied tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry, but a number of.
Another sauna project will.
Okay. I have an idea. Fusion between sauna and puberlicity. Anyway,
but
I'm turning off my mic.
I think it's good that we have this like psychedelic welfare med tent for the Kitty Kit Kat Camp, because Linda's description of it. Thursday, it's going to be a really psychotic place. It's going to be intense and awesome, but it's also good that we have the medical welfare. People can go to afterwards.
I'm
actually,
also.
I'm not able to edit the agenda.
Why? Why?
Well, are you looking at the right one? Okay, sorry, oops.
Alla med länken får. Nej, that's because of me. Får redigera. Okay. So now you can reload it, and it will work.
I shared it in...
Me bad. No, it wasn't wrong with the link. It was the settings that was wrong. Okay. Next thing. Oh yeah, I'm also really excited about the glowing, fire-breathing sea serpent that's organized by someone, which is cool. And I like when people I don't know do amazing shit. So let's get more focused here. Like looking at, Isadora, have you looked at the grants so far? And are we missing anything? Is there anyone we should be kind of pushing, like, hey, you should get your thing in? Or
yeah, I just did a small very brief went through them now, but I can't really. I don't have the link. I didn't have time to look at it until now. But it's 100. People have asked for 155K in total.
Yeah.
And then there. No, what?
Okay. I think it's rather 170, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, maybe it is. Yeah. Okay.
But it's 1 day left, so you can count on it being like 50% more coming in the last 24 hours, including myself. I haven't written mine yet.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of last minute people here. So I think like maybe 50% more.
The glass beetle is not here, right? And not Tim's bar.
No, that's Tim's bar.
Okay.
Which
And
is,
what about the
Penguin
Radio
place.
Shack?
The radio place isn't in the. But I don't know if they're applying for grants. They might not. But I would expect there are more last-minute people like me.
Yeah.
So I would say someone between 50% and 100% more will come in the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
But that means, so yeah, it looks like we're going to have more, at least more than we have money, but not insanely more, which is good.
But it's also, last year we never funded almost any of the projects.
Isadora,
So
you are too far from the mic. You need to.
Okay, but sorry. last year we didn't fund projects fully. We gave like 80% or 50% or something, and then the last part they had to scrap together themselves. So I think it will be, even if it's a 100% increase, we still have a possibility to make a quite good and fair distribution that should enable people to do their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think it's a point not to pay anything fully.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there'll be so much other stuff that's not in the art grant that people bring but don't apply for, and I don't know. So it doesn't become a thing that you. There's always a little extra you have to give as the group behind the project. Anyway, I'm turning off the mic.
Okay, so we're pretty fine. So then I'd like to ask about. We talked about having an operational plan. Basically, not an operational plan, but having a list of shit that needed to be done. I named it the complete list of important.
Sorry, Gustav, but I have another issue about grants.
Okay, let's go back.
Because I didn't attend to the last board meeting, but I think there is. At the moment, it is about 50,000 is applied for Nigel's border project, and I will tomorrow apply for the toilet project, including for about 30,000 Swedish crowns. So we need to take a decision on. I mean, I don't remember. You put a budget to the grant budget about 120 or something, 150,000, and I don't remember exactly. But we need to take a decision on: are we going to consider the border project as an art project? Are we going to consider the toilet, the Pope art, as an art project, or is it more structural? From what budget are we going to take the money for these two projects? And maybe, I mean, the healthcare station and also the Isadora's project, if you're going to apply for the recycle station.
So kind of what we said yesterday was that we didn't want to announce, or not yesterday, last meeting, we didn't want to announce a sum that was smaller, that was larger than what we could give out. So we said 125, and then we said, you know, there is a, but in the budget, there is a post for the toilets.
Yeah.
So if someone applies for a grant that's regarding toilets, we can take some of that budget and add to the grant budget. So yes, there are some, apart from those 125, there are some extra things that could be put into to expand the grant project, the grant budget for specific projects. However, there isn't a budget post set aside for the border.
Yeah, right.
Or the gate.
Yeah.
So if they need 50,000, that 50,000 has to come out of the main grant budget, because we haven't set aside any other. I personally think it's a bit high in relationship to the total budget of the Borderland. It's basically,
yeah. It's like, no. It's also to single.
It's basically
out
a fifth. It's basically they're applying for a fifth of the total budget, and probably a third of all the grant money. But I mean, I credit them for shooting high, and I'm sure that the grant committee will sit down with them and have a conversation of, okay, what's essential, what do you need, and how can you get a part of that sum.
Yeah.
I suggest that the Art Grant Committee after going over all the proposals, looking at the final thing, make a suggestion of how to do it and where to take money from the budget and how to distribute it, and then we can go through that at a board meeting and see whether that seems all right. Because in the end, we want to spend all the infrastructure money that we have set aside, and we want to spend all the grants money, and we want to make all the things happen.
Mm-hmm. So yes, there will be more money than 125 given out. We just didn't want to announce a sum that was larger than what it ended up being in the end. We rather give out more.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so the next thing is operational plan. So this, I wanted it to become more of a work task last time. So I sent out this document that I wanted people to contribute to basically try to make a grand list of important things, or CLIT, as I call it, that lists all the stuff that is important, so that we kind of have an overview and don't miss out on doing anything. It ended up not being really anyone contributing to it. So this is more or less what I wrote initially.
But there was also a Google document, no?
Yeah, but that Google document,
Translated.
I moved it into this last week. So, but the Google document still exists and it looks the same. I could go back. I can bring up the Google document again.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
For me, it's a little, I don't know, words making the list. I don't remember the list, but many of the things, wouldn't they be inside toilets, the port, the greeter station, and stuff like that? Wouldn't many things from the list belong to actual projects?
Exactly, and that's the point of making a list of all the things that has to be done, so we know that there are projects that have to be taken responsibility for. So you know, I would list bracelets or any other kind of indicator, and that would be the port doing that. But we also need to think about, for example, putting out fire extinguishers. So is that on the clown police? In that case, they have to know that they're responsible for that, or someone has to take responsibility for that. Or for that matter, doing noise monitoring. Who's doing noise monitoring? I mean, there has to be a PR person. That's another point that we're doing today. So I kind of wanted to kind of get all the lists and the things in one place, so that we are clear on all the big and small things that has to get done, and whoever's doing it. It's also a bit for contingency, because I notice myself doing a lot of things that isn't necessarily written down in a work description. So I've started writing down a kind of diary of stuff that I do, because in case I don't do this role next year, someone else needs to pick up that task, and if it's not in the writing that someone did that, then who's going to know next year that it was done?
I'm totally with you. My point was to get these groups involved pretty soon in like combining their thoughts of what they're already thinking of doing into the document. I just thought that your idea was to put it out in the whole community. I also dig that, but I think it just makes sense to start off with the groups that we think are doing 90% of the things that will be on the list, and bring them into this thing.
Isadora was about to say something interesting.
Yeah, sorry. What about actually, you know, making an event, a Skype call or something, like call it a meeting. Like, I know it can be very frustrating, but with big meetings, but if we prepare it really well and just raise some questions, it doesn't necessarily need to be a long discussion, but still, because I think many people don't really follow all the stuff that is posted in the group.
I think I think one step better than that is to start a Borderland pre-meeting, have a physical event here in Stockholm, and ask people in Aarhus, Denmark, and Malmö and Gothenburg to do the same thing, and do it on a local level. Make sure that these like open, announced in the Facebook group, even in the email list, open meetings happen before, and then during those we can provide input to those and say, hey guys, you should talk about this topic.
I know they have a burning dinner in Denmark quite often. Maybe we should put those people that you should organize this.
Yeah. They're having one right now, actually. So maybe that's why Paul isn't in here.
If someone was doing this stuff.
I think that's gonna. I think that's going to be in the port. Okay. So, do we care about this list, or should we? Meh.
Yeah, I think I mean I have added the wiki, the complete list of important things.
Yeah.
So
here's in the chat. I'm just posting a link to the Clown Police Google Doc, where they mention fire extinguishers and band-aids and megaphones and stuff. And walkie-talkies and stuff like that. And I just sent a text, or I just a Facebook message to Andreas for me and him to have a meeting soon to talk about these things. Okay? Yeah.
Cool. Is and wellness, is exit people involved in this document too?
What?
Because I see there's stuff. You know Exit, Hampus project?
That's part of, I don't know, Clown Police and Wellness, I have no idea.
Because it seems they're doing wellness, but that's what Exit is doing too, so that should be in the same. There should be a conversation between Hampus and his doctor team. And did you hear Hampus has 6 doctors signed up?
Yes, I heard. That's totally great. I think many people will be doing wellness.
Yeah.
There's the bar group also and stuff like that. But yeah.
Okay, excellent.
But I think actually Hampus and I think I remember some kind of thread on Facebook where Hampus and Andreas were talking about talking together. Anyway, yeah.
I asked them to do that. I don't know if they have done that, but I in a thread I asked them to talk to each other. So I hope they did. Anyway.
I mean, the poop art is also wellness.
Yeah.
The sea is wellness.
Yeah, so Connie just pointed out that it was in the notes from the last meeting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's keep. Let's skip the operational plan. I don't know where I'm trying to go with this.
I think it's really important that we take care, that we secure that everything is taken care of that is important. So I think the operational plan is needed somewhere.
Hey, can the 3 of us, if either one or both of you want to stay after this meeting, we'll just do a 10-minute brainstorming, try to figure out as many things as possible that needs to be done, and then just put it in a big list.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good thing. So we'll try to deal with that a little bit after this meeting.
Oh, lovely.
So Wiki, I spent like half a day today and half a day yesterday together with your friend, Kugge, who doesn't even have, he's not even a member yet because he's lacking, we have to find a membership for this guy.
Yeah.
I have one.
I have one.
Okay.
I have one.
Okay.
I have one.
Okay, if you have one, I recommend the IT guy who helped us out fixing the wiki yesterday and today without even being further involved in the Borderland. He called me like 3 days ago saying like, hey, your wiki got hacked. Well, no, first he called me because he hacked the Dreams site, realizing that anyone could edit it, and also kind of it could leak information by running certain scripts. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I asked him to kind of, okay, can you help us up with a wiki? And then it turns out, you know, there was a bunch of spam bots taking over the wiki. So him and me have been fighting today, and he's been like a tremendous help just making this work. So now the wiki is back to normal, and the spam bots are, for now, quelled. But they were, at one point, there was 10, 15 user registrations per minute on the wiki of new users being registered and editing pages.
You mean? Or
but that's gone now. So I think there's still a barrier of entry to the site. There's partly a technological one, because it's, you know, how do I do this, and what's the thing, and does this work? But in one way, I think it's more of a social one, that people don't think they can change things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've had collaborative Google Docs that I've consistently asked people to help edit, and people read it, and they point out spelling mistakes, but they don't say, well, I want this section to be this instead. You know, I want to write this entire essay.
Okay, but with the wiki, I honestly tried to get into it, log in, fix an account, that failed 2 times, and then I had to stop for whatever.
So then we have to figure out Isadora's technical difficulties and see if we can make that easier for everyone. But one part of it is kind of getting good role models. So one thing I would like you to do, we're 5 of us here, go in and change something. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, you know, add a picture, change the fonts, add a sentence that you think should be here. But just the fact that each 5 of us go in and make one edit makes it, you know, more dynamic. Something starts happening. So try to go in and change things, just to feel how it feels like, and so that there's something starts going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was off a little. Are we talking about the wiki?
Oh.
I don't know what that is.
The wiki?
What's a wiki?
You know Wikipedia?
I know Wikipedia.
This is a Wikipedia about the Borderland.
Ah, only that? Okay, I thought it was some kind of a Google Doc communication tool or whatever. I get it.
So you just go to wiki.theborderland.org .se, or there's a link from the website to the wiki. And then any page on there, you can press edit, and you have to register first, and then you get to edit the page, and you can change whatever's in there. And we moved the entire survival guide there. All the content that used to be on the old web page, such as the FAQ, the frequently asked questions, the kind of the overview of the 10 principles. Now, I don't know if people are going to change that, but technically they could change the 10 principles. So we tried to feed all the content that was previously only a few of us could change, so that anyone can help change and improve it. And it's also, it tracks changes. So if someone goes in and fucks something up, it's really easy to just press a button and then revert that change to what it used to be.
But what does that mean to the website? So, like, if there's more, if the Q&A session, for instance, grows on the wiki, when, like, it's not connected back, so it automatically updates the website then?
The website FAQ is gone.
No.
You are on the wiki now.
I'm on the wiki now, okay.
Yeah. So when you press the FAQ, you go to the wiki.
Okay. I see. Well then.
I don't know if I wanted to say something else about that, except Daniel Hushenko, big ups. He's been really essential in setting that up. It's run on his server now, and he is the server admin taking care of that. And then also Peter Mulvaney have been helpful in actually adding content and writing stuff. And now Kugge, who helped out with the security stuff.
So,
yeah.
Okay, so here's a stupid question from a virgin wikiist. Wiki being out in the open for everybody to see with internal communication and stuff, how does that link with us trying to go below the radar?
It's
you
really
know, like PR wise.
Well, it really isn't anything. It is meant for internal communication.
Okay.
This is a site that is. It's written for the participants by the participants.
Okay.
It's not. It doesn't really have an external message, and it's not really doing anything different than what the old website was doing. The old website had the FAQ. It had the 10 principles listed. The dreams site listed all the dreams, and all of those are public.
Yep.
The only way is now it's easier for anyone to edit those texts instead of you having to be an admin logging in and changing. So it's
totally great.
The content should be the same. The only thing is
just trying to understand, Yeah.
Should we move? My initial plan was to move the Dreams site over to the wiki, and I realized that since we did all the grant applications on the Dreams site, we're not going to bring it down. I want to state that my goal is for next year for the Dreams site to be completely merged into the wiki, so that is in the same ecosystem. But right now, it looks much better, the Dream site. So I want to get the wiki to look as great as the Dream site before we kill the Dream site.
Yeah, I think that's essential.
Yeah,
because it's very easy to set up a dream on the Dream site, and it looks good. And so I think it's.
And the
bad thing is that many of the former years' projects or dreams is erased or is not.
No. For some reason, I can probably fix this. I just haven't gotten around to it. When it lists, it only lists 50 projects. So it lists the last 50 projects. So for each project that goes on, one disappears off the bottom. It's still in the database. It's just that when someone coded this 4 years ago, they didn't imagine that there could be more than 50 projects. So there are always exactly 50 projects on the site.
Okay.
So
because I think that's really good to have all the history on the same, because it's very it's a good inspiration.
I'll add that as an action point here for me. Okay. Should we move on?
Yeah.
Communications. What's happening with the newsletter, blog, other communication? We don't have Hampus here to say anything, but...
Well, he said a comment. He said that he has a draft blog from Veronica.
Sorry, Isadora, please.
Okay, sorry. Hampus has a draft blog from someone, Veronica maybe, or someone else.
Yeah, Veronica.
Yeah. But he wants 3 or something.
Yeah.
Still have the old Lane and Trace blog from last year as well.
I am, yeah, I mean, it's great to have a blog, but we did have a communications meeting, and it was extremely unproductive. And it was more talking about talking than it was actual talking. I think communications is about you write something and you post it, and then it's done. But I've been pushing Paul to do the kazoo, and I think we should do that too now. I'll write. Let's do that as an action point. Ask Paul to do another Zertz kazoo that we can send out around the same time as we have grants. Because now, by this time, everyone have written their grant applications, which means that people have things to. So we should, later this week, we should announce that there's a kazoo going out again in a week or so. And I think between the email and the Facebook group, right now we're fine. I don't think we need more communications work. Survival guide. Do we need to have someone responsible for pushing that to the next level? And by what time do we want to have that to be able to call that done, and to send an email saying, here's the survival guide, go fucking read it?
First of July. Is that too late? Yeah, it is.
First,
let's just set an early deadline and then be ready by that date.
14th of June.
Yeah.
14th of
so
June.
who's responsible for the survival guide? Yes.
What?
Come on, guys.
I mean, I guess we can take it on.
We can say we can call
part of the info center, maybe.
We could take it on. We could put it. We could put it on Hampus.
I'll take it on.
No, don't put that on Hampus, please. It's he comes home on the 3rd of June, and to get him to do it.
Yes, takes on the survival guide. Awesome.
But do we really need to like do a new layout and everything for it? You feel the need of it? I just saw sort of the process for getting the new logo, and that seemed to have been quite a stretched out thing. So, do we feel that there's a need for a new layout? Maybe
well, no, but I mean that in that case we would ask someone. We wouldn't do a voting process. We would just get it done. But
do you feel like there's
right now it's in the wiki, so we just need a way to get it from the wiki to printable in a good way. You know, and I added the picture. Okay, but you and me can talk about the wiki and how to. Someone have added in the getting there section of the survival guide. There is now a section called "Getting There by Unicorn." I think we'll keep that in the survival guide. I don't know. Should we move on to some other point if Isadora follows up on the survival guide? But should we do when do we want to send that? June 14. Let's write that. Yeah, fine. Okay. Oh. Okay. Let's go. So PR. How do we about PR and who's responsible for that, or anti-PR? Previous years I've been doing that, but I would like it to be a Dane. And
I'm super related, but another art tour event. So which means that like gathering information and potentially also documenting what's going on there, and to be able to talk about things to in case there's media, it's possible. and that will sort of be the info center that will handle that.
So,
but the anti-media PR, anti-PR, like it is very much in the past been about making sure Alexander don't talk
no,
to
no,
you,
it's not.
So
No, it's not.
what is been your what is it that you've done in the past then?
Well, we had, I mean, we just had people writing us and say, hey, we want to write about you. And I can do that as soon as it comes into the info email. But if this gets picked up in Danish media, I don't want to answer those phone calls. So I want a Dane who's good at speaking with the media in a professional way. And
yeah. The guy that one of the boys from.
I was gone. I'm back.
Sorry.
I had internet trouble. I've been gone for a couple of minutes.
Yeah. So I said I can answer the email parts of it, but if the event gets closer, so before or during the event, if Danish media wants to write or do radio or whatever about the Borderland, I don't want to handle the phone call. I want it to be a Dane that can do that. So
I can handle I can handle that, but I will try to handle it with them not writing. But if that's not possible, then I will handle how they write. I can do that.
Yeah.
How does that sound?
I am.
Well, somebody else. If Paul want to do it, that's totally cool. Or somebody else.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
What's the other like? I think the main thing is to agree on what do we want to communicate. So like depending on that, the person who communicates it might vary. It's like some people are very good at promoting things, and other people are good at answering tricky questions, and others are like, or maybe it doesn't matter. And
so the general thing that I've been saying have been, this is a private gathering for a non-profit artist organization. It's not a public event, and we are not really interested in having anyone write about it. If you have to, we'll answer your questions, but it's a private art gathering for a club. It's an internal club, and it's not, we don't really care. So one thing is to kind of try to express the no as in we are kind of uninteresting, not as in no, you can't come. No. Because as soon as we get that, you kind of you risk getting the journalist like, oh, do they have a secret? Is this like a special thing? So it's my strategy have been like trying to portray it as being nothing remarkable, just a bunch of people in a club, doing art together, and we don't really care about media because we're just doing it for ourselves.
That sounds like a good approach.
It's gonna at some point not working.
Yeah, but 50,000 people.
Nothing remarkable. You don't really care.
I'm used to handling media in projects I do, so I wouldn't be I wouldn't be afraid of trying to get the person whoever that might be not to write in a good way, saying that it's private and whatever.
Yeah,
I would be up for that.
Okay. Sorry for asking a weird question, but are you famous, Christian?
No.
Okay, just checking. I know.
What do you mean?
No, I just know you've been running in the festival before, and that you're kind of used to taking initiatives. So I don't know if you have previous media relationships, because
I made a TV program that nobody saw.
But it's important that this person also is kind of not too remarkable. and it doesn't have like a track record of doing amazing shit, because then that's going to be make it seem more interesting. But I don't know.
I think
your story.
a lot of people from culture in Aarhus know who I am.
Yeah.
And the local journalists from Aarhus would know, the culture journalists from Aarhus would know who I am, but that's it.
Yeah.
And if they call, I can easily tell them not to write.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Then I'm still going to be answering the info email, but from now on, if it's any media related, I will copy that to you, and I'll try to take care of the writing part of it. But it's great to have a Danish speaker in the equation too.
Yeah, great.
Okay, that's also something we can announce on in the group, I think. If you get any questions from Danish media, Christian is the Danish media liaison person. Gustav still answers the inbox. Yeah, I think we can just put that out there.
Yeah, it would also be good. I could add as a task to write a press page for the web page, so that there's actually like when you go onto the web page and you click press, it will say, you know, something.
We're very uninteresting, so we just decided to have a
yeah. No, but there used to be one, or there is still one. Maybe that's enough in one way. I don't know what it says. It says contact, I think. And if you say contact,
that needs to be edited.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But I don't think it's a good idea to have a media contact.
But you just took on the
role.
No,
it's just kind of paving the way for contacting. Like, just have a contact person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, liaison. Not like, I mean, it's
we have a
reactive media liaison role.
Yeah, but to me, it's not about, hey, contact Christian.
No.
It's more when we get someone contact us, who takes care of it.
Greatness. I'm all for that. I just don't think we should put that publicly on the web.
No.
We have a mail address that is what contact at Borderland or what?
Put it in the Facebook page, the Borderland group.
So you think we should have?
Or in the kazoo.
No,
like, but just write.
He's got a point. Let's not just even mention the idea that there are, because why would we have a press contact if we don't want, you know, it's.
No, but I'm more saying that, you know, the other alternative is that people, in case they get questions from media,
so
they will maybe just post it on the website, on the.
Yeah, I think we can put
a general post about, like, we do not really want media. If somebody approaches you, direct them to Christian with the Danish, or
that was my point.
So we could post that in the Facebook group. Yeah.
That was like, let's post that we have a media liaison person.
Yeah. Okay. I'll write something to the Facebook group.
Greatness.
So are we done with that? Yes. Then I have it's called now the secret friend project. I wanted to bring.
You know this game called Monito?
No.
Oh, okay. So it is a game where you have a secret friend for an entire week and you do nice things to them. Like you put filet on their pillows, you leave them small notes, and they call me like, I love Monito, and then yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear things that.
What?
Isadora, yeah, I didn't hear her.
So there is this, like I learned it when I was in this Children International Summer Villages camp, peace camp when I was a kid. But we always did at all our camps this game called Monito. It had a song attached to it, and so in the beginning of an event, you got a secret friend that you were supposed to like give special attention to. which you could like leave a chilihallon on their pillow, or you could leave small notes, or you could just ask someone else to go and give that person a hug. Make sure that they're someone else was getting food for them or whatever. Just the small things like of being caring basically.
Yeah, it's
But also people are doing that anyways at the Borderland. So I don't. But maybe before. I don't know. This was kind of different, but yeah. The Secret Friend Project. What is it, Gustav? It's
yeah. So what I wanted to do was take the email list, sort it in two lists by people who have been to the Borderland before and people who haven't been to the Borderland before, and then pair up the new dreamers with the old dreamers, and basically give you an email contact to this person that you could, if you want to, get to know. And then the reason I want to do this is long term, to facilitate rapid growth. I think it's good that new people connect with people who have been in the community before. So there are already other Burns that do similar projects like virgin adoption programs or whatever. But I and it might not be that important this year, but I kind of wanted to try it as a learning experience for next year and the year after that, because going from
great idea.
Yeah, I also think it's a great idea.
Well, the objection is that some people might object to the fact that I would then give out their email address to a stranger without asking them first.
But you can do it in another.
Understand that argument, but the question is, should we care about the fact that some people might?
No, but I think you should, speak out now or forever remaining silent. You just announced that you're going to do the project, which you did already.
But that was in the Facebook group, and not everyone is on Facebook.
Send it out in the Kazoo as well. Like there are two channels for communication. If you don't follow it, you don't follow it.
And then I keep track of everyone who objects and remove them from the list.
Yeah.
Could do that.
But there must be a way of doing.
Sorry, you.
Yeah, there must be a way of doing this without sending emails out. Couldn't there be some kind of, I want to registrate for being adopted or?
Well, if we do a registration process, I think we're going to lose
somebody
half of the people. We're going to lose half of the people, and we're probably mostly going to get the people who need it the least. So the reason I don't want a two-step process is because we're going to lose exactly those people who aren't engaged and actually pushing the button. And those are the people we most of all would like to reach out to.
Do it. A bit of a fuck you, and it's
a little bit of a fuck you. It's not a bit of a fuck you.
No, but I mean, it's sharing people's email addresses in terms of information security and so on. But I also think that it's a good, but it doesn't justify it. But it's also like let them give them the opportunity to step out and then say this is going to be shared. I don't know what's said in the agreement. Like,
in the agreement,
legal agreement.
In the agreement, it actually says that your information might be shared to other members.
It says that?
Yeah.
Well, that is completely fine.
I did that because
just changed it now afterwards.
No. I when we wrote the agreement last year, I put it in there because I wanted to be able to do things like this if we wanted to. So it's been in there.
Okay, well, I think write it in the Kazoo and remind people again, announce again that you're doing it in the Facebook group, and then say, please step up, speak out if you don't want to be in this.
Yeah. And because okay, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
I say you should do it. Send it out to the casino. It's a great idea. Kazooing is great. I'm up for that.
Okay. The previous action points was weekly launch, me, done, communications group, Hampus, first aid station, Hampus should talk to Andreas. Let's make sure that they've... Christian, can you make sure that Hampus gets involved in the town police conversation too? I posted the post about the border on Facebook, which resulted in us now having the port, which is awesome. Check if we can use the building by the road. Have you checked that, Christian? Christian.
I guess I haven't checked
No,
that.
that's cool.
Did Nigel? Nigel came back from the trip with photos of the toilets of the building by the road, right? So he might have been talking
But the toilet
to
we can
Michael
use,
about
we
that.
know that. The question is, can we use anything else? Or could we, would there be a possibility? Would that cost extra? In that case, how much? Because that could be potentially be put into the port's grant project to rent a room there and have that as a... it could also be useful for other purposes.
I'll write a mail to Michael as we speak.
Yeah.
One thing I was thinking about now is the container and storage and stuff for next year, because how is that going to... What is our deal with that container standing there, and also are people expecting there to be space in this storage for their things to be stored there, or...
Yeah.
Like, I think we need to think proactively about storage.
I would suggest that people that don't have like these things should be aware that they should bring them home. I think that would be a good thing.
I think we need to tell people who have things in the container to move things out of it. I think the container needs to be more of an emergency thing that, okay, there are some things that we put here because it's very complicated to put them somewhere else. And last year it ended up being the I don't really want to bring this home, but I don't want to throw it away either. So
no, not really. It's like the favela. It's the rabbit hole. It's like...
And all the stuff we found on the last few days, like carts and stuff and speakers.
But those should have been thrown away. Right? But
yeah,
because then there ends up being stuff in there that's not owned by anyone.
There?
The space is there.
Space is there. All the big roads, like all the big structures.
What is in the other container? Because someone needs to go to Gotland and get the other stuff. What was put in the other container?
They put stuff into one of them.
Maybe
you put stuff into
one of the containers.
Our container.
Yeah, I think so. There was one by
the painted one that was our camp.
Yeah, that one we opened, and there was some stuff in there. But the other container that was standing close to the toilet, that one we put some carpets into, and there was some mattresses and stuff as well.
So someone needs to go and get that, because we weren't supposed to put stuff in there. And do we have any track of what was put in there and who owns the stuff that was put in there?
I can ask them.
Yeah, I know what the rabbit hole put in storage, but I don't know which one of them, because last year they were in the other container.
Yeah, so, but now we've bought a container, and for some magic reason it got full. There is no possibility it got full with things that I approved to be in there. It just, I left, and then people kept sticking things in there.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit, to be honest.
Yeah,
there was a lot of stuff like mattresses that were wet, and I was like, why should we put them in there?
Why did you? There are wet mattresses in there?
There was.
Then they will have rotten by now.
Yeah.
And ruined all the...
Yes, I said so as well. I was like...
Who did that? Like, I want to punch someone in the face now. That's fucking retarded.
Yeah, and there was carpets as well that I said, this we can't put anywhere wet. Like, we should...
Why did you let them? Like, why?
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we also need to go to... No, we also need to go to Bostal sometime to go through that container.
Actually, I can go there this weekend because I'm going to Køge. I'm visiting a friend in Køge, Køge, in Denmark.
Okay.
I'm going there this weekend.
So that we still need to know what's in Tide, because someone who owns the stuff is in.
Don't we have a guy who's
has to go there.
We have a guy who's in Borderland.
Yeah, but it should be whoever put the stuff in there, because no one approved that we would put stuff in.
No, but if we easily want to, like, I mean, either it's a big project to find someone to do it.
I'm just saying.
Or
I'm just saying it's not my job.
No,
it's not our job, actually.
Okay,
actually, we're not going back to Tide, so.
Yeah. Suggested solution is just like put it out in the group and ask if someone is in Gotland or is going to Gotland or whatever and would like to do it.
Yeah. I can check the campus because I have a car and we have a trailer as well. And we can take that. So, yeah, it's my grandfather's. We have a lot of stuff. So we can go down and check it. And yeah, it was. I should have spoken out more. I'm pretty bad at like telling people like no, don't do this, and just stopping them.
Well,
it's more like why should you say this?
I think it's ultimately Hampus' responsibility because he took on the responsibility after I left. He said that he would take care of the package. So it's his fault.
Okay, but I also think that it would be good to put up either something on the wiki, but also maybe like something physical inside the containers.
As long as we have, the thing is, as long as we have a car with a trailer, then if people leave stuff by the container, we drive it to the dump. Because unless they specifically ask or have a specific reason to put it there, it shouldn't be there.
No, but we need to inform people about that. So I think like storage can be one thing on the wiki side, and also I think it's smart to have something physical in the actual container that says, "Don't leave your shit here." Because you're not going to be there personally to tell people, and they might have missed it.
But then we'll just lock it. It's
okay. You can also just
lock it. It's got a lock on
it
it now.
Yeah, sure, but it obviously happened last year, so it wouldn't hurt.
Well, then we had a person who didn't do the job. I mean, if I'm around, but I might leave early too. So.
Another thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we know what is in the container? Do we know exactly what's in the container right now?
That's what we're talking about. We don't know because whoever. Yeah.
Whoever.
Okay, so we should think about how we will know next year. So we'll have some kind of inventory. Somebody needs to be in charge of inventory. We need to find that person now. So when we pack the container, it will we'll have that inventory somewhere. Maybe both in a Google Doc, but maybe also in the actual container.
Yeah, but ultimately it should be. I think it should be empty. I don't think we should. Have things there unless.
Well, I don't see. To be honest,
well, we should have like fire extinguishers and stuff like that, right?
Storage place.
Yes,
there.
but
why should it be empty? Why should
it is such an infinitesimal part of what's being brought to the Borderland. So who gets to put their stuff there?
No, yeah, exactly. I think what should be in there should be only stuff that is like logistical stuff. Like
well, I mean, that
cables and maybe this, I don't know, a stage. If the stage is a thing that we only use at Borderland, we can reuse it or stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I think that there's a good argument that the space was built, it was stored there. I think that if the port is built specifically for Bostal and specifically for the Borderland, I think that's an argument to put it in there. I don't think the favela should be in there. It's private housing that ended up there because at that point there was a lot of space left. So, but I would want Ulla to bring that home next year.
Here's another idea.
I think we can have a discussion about it because I don't necessarily agree. I don't think that we should force people to take things out of there if there is space.
There isn't space. There isn't space already. And
For what's needed.
one Borderland later with 500 people, there's going to be, you know, we're going to be able to fill 3 containers with stuff.
Sure. So, but then the question is like, so is it a bad thing with storage or not? Because I mean, there are other aspects.
But then buy 2 more containers. But right now we have 1 container. If we start out saying no one can store their stuff there at all, it's still going to be full.
Yes, but I'm just saying that I think we should have an open discussion about storage and whether we have that or not, or whether that is a smart thing to have, or whether because.
But we already have it. Do you mean selling it?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. Can I say something?
Yeah.
Like the general idea, everybody takes care of their own shit, right?
Yeah.
So basically, for me, the favela, the space, and whatever is somebody's shit.
Yeah.
And I think that should be the thing. But if somebody want to pool up together and buy a container, like 10 projects pool up and buy a container together, and we can have it standing at Bostad, they should do that. But I don't think it should be centrally organized. I think we should be very careful every time that boundary is being pushed.
Yeah.
So I think it, yeah.
I'm not saying centrally organized. I'm saying we should bring up the discussion and talk about it, so we don't just have it outside. And I also think that it has other aspects to it, like driving lots of big infrastructure back and forth between different places is also not for other reasons, like environmental reasons or whatever, a smart thing. Like I couldn't, like, for instance, it would be a completely different thing moving that back and forth.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't happen. Like it's just an example, but it would.
Yeah, I mean,
also other things
it saved it. The container really saved our ass this year. It would have sucked going to Borderland.
How much is a container these days?
20. I think we got it for less than that, but
I think they can be done cheaper, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
some guys do a lot of. Yeah, so we could have, like, we in this little group or whatever could have, if we can get a container for 8,000 or something, we could have one extra without telling anybody.
Yeah, well, that was my kind of initial plan. I bought it for myself, or we bought it for our camp, the border. But then it ended up, you know, at that point we could only store 1 container at Bostad or at Tiden.
Yeah, but also actually, you also specifically talked about it as a place where we could store things. At that point, it was not like that's when the container is going to be my personal storage.
But no, when we bought it,
yes, it was.
That's my personal storage. But then at a later point, when I came and said, "Hey, we need to have the organization buy this," then it was because I realized that I can't have a personal storage because it doesn't work money-wise for me, and it's not fair. It's not good for one person to own that themselves. So that was the argument when the Borderland bought the container from me. Yeah.
So, which means that, like, at the moment, like, also for things like the space, you know, I don't think it's like to you know, push that back on Giles, that he needs to move that back and forth. And
I mean,
it's like, to me, it just doesn't make sense. You know, let's try to solve problems instead of creating rules that are just easy.
Yeah, but it's just that I think that the general rule should be no storage. Because then we can make exceptions, because we suck at sticking to rules. So if we say, oh, you can store a little bit, then we're fucked. Because then we start breaking even more.
This is a hypothetical discussion. I think it's better to look at what kind of problems do we need to solve and make sure we solve them and we're happy.
We need to make sure that we don't have more stuff there than can fit in the container.
Yes, and we also need to make sure that that people think about this, so they don't count on it as something where they can store things. Exactly. First of all, and second of all, like, maybe think about whether it's smart or not to store things there, and therefore get together and fix another container.
I mean, we could have an application for people to put stuff in the container, so that we know in advance. Unless you have been allotted space before the event, you cannot put stuff in the container.
There has to be a good motivation for why you want to put it there as well, and I think someone should be in charge of saying yes or no to that as well. Maybe that would be good.
It's I need to leave at half 7.
I think we could leave this for now, but we need someone to figure out what's in Gotham.
Yeah.
I think Hampus had mentioned that he actually put the rabbit hole in the other container.
I don't like most of the stuff from the rabbit hole. I personally put in.
Okay.
Yeah, so unless
the
they,
tent itself.
Yeah, so unless they reorganize things, but it could be that there was this coffin with things. Could be that or something. But the chairs and the tent, I put it in to the container myself. But
okay, good.
I can just I just want to point out something about the containers as well. It was raining like thunderstorm the last few days, so I think everything was wet. And yeah, I just realized that now, so we need to check that. Like,
but it was dry when I put it in the container, so it was taken out again, and then.
Yeah. No, that wasn't that. There was a lot of stuff in there. So more stuff going in.
Wet.
You have to try so hard for this radical self-reliance
I'm an
thing.
artist,
Like,
for fuck's sake. How am I supposed to work under these conditions?
yes. Okay. So
I was gone
let's
a couple of minutes again.
Talk these principles and these people can do things themselves. Let's just do a top-down event, tell people what to do, and make some money off of it. How about that? Okay, guys, we'll figure this out. It's fine. Do we have anything else? I just want to check the Borderland Facebook group if anyone have commented with any questions for the board to bring up. No? Okay, then that's it. We have one person who's been watching the entire thing. I like that. I wonder who it is.
Hi.
Okay. Take care, guys. Thank you for this time. Do we have a date set for the next one? Yes, it's on June 16th.
Yeah.
Cool. By that time, a lot of things will have happened. It's exciting.
Yeah, really.
Isa, I want to hear about the big ocean, but not now.
The big ocean.
Isadora's trip to the Arctic.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
What do you want to know?
Not now, later. I don't know. Just want to know. I want to know it all.
Yeah, no, but okay, to be very, very, very...
Water, loneliness, and a lot of semen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of, yeah. It was, there was nothing but water for weeks. And then it was like an emotional roller coaster in between.
Yes.
And this water was rolling.
Are you a new person?
I am. And I found the core of myself again.
Oh!
Again, a new core for Isadora. Dun, 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 dun. Taking on the core of 2015. Yeah. Yes. New upgraded version of Isadora Core.
Rebooted.
Okay.
I'll tell you more over a bonfire in the future.
Yes.
Okay. Take care, guys. Thank you for today. Goodbye.